Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Philip Fletcher with a Freedom Reflection. Carl Jung said this: all the works of man have their origin in creative fantasy. What right have we then to depreciate imagination? It's Carl Jung. Speaking to the future generations, each of you have the capacity to break free and determine a particular course in life. There is certainly a high level of community, stability, and security in the everyday lived experience. Don't doubt that. I've got it. You have been convinced over a period of time through reading, visual imagery, or audible sensation the way forward towards what the few consider as being safe is the necessity for you to fit in the existing way of life for the sake of all, for the common good. Community is certainly a satisfaction few can argue with. The knowledge there exists someone who looks like you, dresses like you, and shares the same verbalized ideas offers connection. In that connection of sameness in material and psychological thought, there is the high probability you will not have to face the turbulent and risky, the urgent, the uncertain, and the disastrous. Your life is like the stable journey of the sun. It's predictable. It rises, it falls. What have you lost, though? It is, to the best of your knowledge, secure. The loss of relationships and unpredictable day has been removed from you. The challenge of confronting the possibility of making the impossible a reality has been taken from your hands through this illusion. All as it is will be fine. You have community, you have stability, you have security, but what about creativity? What are the necessity? This prickly thorn residing in the corner of your mind, irritating you to move beyond these externally imposed boundaries to discover something, in fact, someone greater. So I wonder if you've ever felt that discomfort. It's like a thorn in the flesh, a thorn of constant irritation as you sit occupying the same job as your neighbors, but you seek to medicate that irritation through a host of different distractions. And that small few has given you those distractions to keep you from focusing on this irritation of creativity. And even the slightest temptation to diverge from the predetermined path that has been set for you by a few is met with the daily message of all before self. So there is a necessity tickling your psyche, a necessity for the caterpillar to turn inward and burst forth as radically different than what is occurring in the world that you see. There is a necessity of creativity, the opportunity to consider a life of the mind, a life in which the mind acts, it thinks, and it speaks in such a manner it distinguishes itself from all in the real world. Creativity, the divine activity to create ex nihilo, that's creating something out of nothing. A divine activity which, in the silence of your room or in the noisy, chaotic environment of your occupation, you craft a world where you stand apart. An imagination which crafts the inner self, which can one day spring forth and fly like a butterfly. Creativity, your creativity, is the necessity if you truly want to discover who you truly are in this life and to understand freedom as an individual. Creativity infers the presence of an aim. An aim presupposes the necessity for the development of a discipline and habits which will distinguish yourself from all. The creativity is practiced among the few who have determined for you and planned for you community, stability, and security. So the question I ask and have for you is this: why does a small group have the opportunity to exercise their creativity when you have the creativity to exercise the life of your mind, your activities, and plans for your own individual life? This has been a Freedom Reflection.